Welcome back to the short and mini championship for RRC MW here to MNR for tonight, round 3+4, so the Italian GP. How are we all doing today? And no Stringby with here tonight, so it's just me doing solo comms, and it's raining like it was last week. It's raining again, and we all know what happened last week when it rained at the Brazilian GP. Things didn't go to plan and things didn't go well, so hopefully today that doesn't happen and repeat itself. Italian GP, that long run down into turn 1. People out of turns outbrake themselves, so just got to be very careful as they head towards turn 1. A lot of people are out of position, so they're going to be careful navigating their way through the pack. And we'll find out what happens here. I think there's a no qualifying. I think it's just a race. We're just going to wait for everybody to load in, and off we go. Not a fan of these multiplayer cars, hence why you never see me in them. Hello Scars X, how are you doing? Huchatet. Here we are then. Off we go for the formation lap, so it's our boy Tristan, yeah? Our boy Tristan on the intermediate tyres then, so our boy Tristan first place ahead of Original Civi, KRC in third place ahead of LH44. Head Hood, what do ya? That guy Draper in fifth place ahead of NUF1. Jonathan Cox has been disqualified. Jonathan and Gabino too. Young Stinson in ninth place ahead of Tufan, our boy Tufan, who was there last week in Austria. Monopono, the American in 11th place at a Stam the man. D Ferguson 13th at a Puppy. Willem in 15th ahead of Total Peas. Lizard, the Greekman, who had beautiful pace last week. I believe he started last on both occasions, and he finished second and first. So let's see what Tristan can hear. Got the trap position, first place. Oh man, Tristan, we love him so much. And let's see if he can perform here tonight. Don't think he's ever experienced. I don't think Tristan's ever experienced being in first place until now. I'm only kidding, Tristan. Original Civi, yeah, he's got some good pace as well. The Original Civi, he's been there and there, sometimes on and off. KLC, I know he's got some decent pace on his hands. LH44, also a guy to watch. That guy Draper, also up there too. NUF1. Whoa, he's been struggling recently, so let's see what he can do. Jonathan Cox been disqualified, and so was another guy, Young Stinson, the Dutchman down in 9th place, the guy who faster than, has been disqualified. Wow, never seen that before. But Young Stinson, I know he's got some really good pace here tonight. Let's see what the Dutchman can do down in 9th. Two fans also been disqualified. Monopono down in 11th place, Stam in 12th. Right, who else got some good pace on their hands today? Willow's got some really good pace. I think he's quite strong in the wet. And you can see on the MFD, oh, that car's almost got into a spin. Who was that? That was D-Fergs warming up his tyres there. Oh, gets bunched up in the midfield then. Total P is a man that's also got some decent pace. And the Greekman down in 17th, yep. He's got some astonishing pace on him. Let's see if he can navigate his way through the pack again like he did for the last two races. Heading on to round 3 and round 4, then Tristan that takes his grid slot in first place. Let's see if he's got the pace to stay there. I don't think he has, and I'm only kidding, Tristan. Who's got the best livery then out of all of them? Total P's had a lovely livery. He's changed his livery again. I love that purple design. Right then, so we're just going to wait for the lights to go off as they make their way down into turn 1, then heavy braking zone down there, and they get caught out in the wet. I can't wait to see what happens as the lights will go off anytime soon. And we're on the way for the Italian GP for round 3. Who gets away better off the line? I think it's Tristan who gets away really well there, and he'll lead them down into turn 1. Looks like we go too wide into turn 2. In fact, KLC takes his place up into second place, making their way down turn 1. Who's going to smash into someone? Some drivers going off the track there, not too bad for the drivers. They make their way nicely into turn 1. Puppy is down into last place. already. Look at Original Civi and that guy Draper going on the curb there. You don't want to do that because you will lose the car traction. And he's up into 4th place. LH44 in 5th. Who's that going down the inside? That's Young Stinson behind LH44. And NUF1 cuts the corner, but Original Civi dips a wheel into the gravel and loses, I think, 3 positions or 4. He's lost 3 to that guy Draper, LH44 and Young Stinson. Alright then, is everybody sorted? Let's look further down the path. Williams made up 4 places, 15 to 11, so good job from him in that car there. Oh, well, who's that car in the background just going off? That's Gambino. So the second Lesmo went out wide, went on the gravel and lost 2 places. And Young Stinson's overtaken LH44 in the Scaries. LH44 going to find us back. He'll try to, but not really worth it considering it's a Scary, difficult as it is. But Young Stinson's gone off the track there. LH44 behind him has a much better run and slipstream. We'll probably wait for the straight to do the move as we come into the Parabolica, the right hander here. Anyone looking to make any overtakes? The Greekman down to 12th place, started down in 17th, has moved his way up to 12th. So Tristan having a good lead, but he's 5 tenths ahead of KRC. And Original Civi goes side by side with LH44 down the straight. We head down into turn 1 now, and Original Civi is ahead. But what about Young Stinson? Where is LH44? Down in 7th place. Oh, there's a spin! There's a spin! Who is that facing the wrong way? That's Original Civi. NUF1 got involved. So did, who was that ahead of us? Original Civi. But who was the car ahead of us? Was that 3 cars off or 2? I got a bit confused there. I think it was just the 2 cars. I swear I saw 3. KLC right behind Tristan. Tristan will feel the pressure of the man in 2nd place. FTH really having a good pace around here. Gambino gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Original Civi, has he escaped without any full wind damage? It looks like it. Yes, he has. NUF1 was the car that got involved. I think there was 3 cars involved, but one of them got away with it. Coming down as a short straight then, 2nd DRS zone, coming to Ascari. I'm going on board with Jonathan Cox. Where did he start, Jonathan Cox, in fact? Let's go have a look. Apparently 3 people have not set a lap time yet, so I wonder if Stinson, Tristan and KLC, no, Tristan, KLC and that guy Draper have got a few warnings at the start or penalty, we never know. But look at Tristan, I mean Young Stinson all over the back of KLC. Tucked in behind the slipstream, pulls out, but look at Tristan straight last B, look at him. He's vulnerable on that straight, he's going to get overtaken by 2 drivers. Yellow flags in Parabolica, I presume, but KLC takes 1st place. Young Stinson just biding his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity. That guy Draper outbreaks himself. Young Stinson then on the throttle he goes, and he's up into 2nd place. No match for him is Tristan, unfortunately. Look at that. Oh, 2 vans off the track there. That's LH44 and Total Peas go side by side. Total Peas is now ahead of LH44. Look at Stinson there, he gets a better exit coming out of the chicane. Oh, a bit of a mess down there. Who was that? That was Jonathan, Deferg, Stan and that guy Draper all getting involved for a battle for 5th place. But that guy Draper not really a place to overtake around here. 1st and 2nd Lesmo. Tucked in behind the slipstream here. Who's that in the background? Total Peas is about to overtake Toon Fan. Total Peas was in 10th place. What happened to him? So Young Stinson then has a lead of 1. I don't even know. I not even checked. 6 tenths ahead of KRC. Tristan 1.5 seconds further back from Young Stinson. 9 tenths behind KRC. So try and stay in his toe. Look at KRC going wide into Parabolica. They're all fighting with the car as that guy Draper has overtaken Lizard. So Lizard went from 17th to 9th in 4 laps. Can he get another one? That guy Draper, as we head on to lap 4, pulls out alongside him, and he will make the overtake. Let's not forget to talk about Willem. That guy Draper outbreaks him into turn 1, but can he? Yes, he can stay on the road. So to add more frustration to Lazard, you have to stay behind that guy Draper for even longer. Willem, where did he start? I know he started all the way down in what? 15th place. In 4 laps he's made up 11 places. Tristan, where you going, son? That's not the place, that's not the way to do it. It's Jonathan. Whoa. Willem, I think Jonathan Cox went off the track there. I thought it was Willem who went off the track, but I think it was Jonathan instead. So Tristan trying to get away from Willem by cutting corners, seems like. I know how desperate Tristan wants it. I know he's desperate to finish in third, to get a podium for once. He has the Dutchman behind him as LH44 has overtaken original Civi up into 10th place. He goes. What has happened to NUF1? I know he's got some good pace, but he's just not shown it recently. I know it's the wet conditions, I can't really say much when it's wet, so fair enough, but Tristan, 3/10 behind KRC, so what happened to KRC then? Tristan, look at his ERS. Needs to sort look at that ERS compared to KRC and Tristan. Tristan, mate, you know, might have to save that ERS as Lazard has finally overtaken that guy Draper. Should have done it a lap before. Oh, Tristan, mate. He can't overtake KRC. He's got no power down the straight to overtake him. Now Tristan's got to focus on saving ERS to attack and defend from Willem, because Willem's right behind him, or heading down into turn 1 then. That guy Draper put in. Ooh, that's needs to give a bit more room than that. Right then, so Willem putting Tristan under pressure. Where would he decide to make a move down here? A bit too risky, but look at that. Both Tristan and KLC. Tristan desperately trying to get away from Willem by cutting corners there. Willem, I wouldn't advise going around the outside there, because you might both lose it. Come on, Willem. Oh, there's a bit of full wind damage. No, it wasn't. A bit of I don't know what that was. Oh, Willem, why did you try it? You should have backed out of that one. Now you've moved down into 6th place. You've lost. Oh my days. Come on, Willem, calm down, mate. So Stan overtaking Willem then, as Stan overtakes Tristan. Willem needs to be patient. He can't make moves like that. I know if he wants to be a hero, then try to be my guest, but can go 0 to 0 very easily, as Jonathan Cox is now up into 3rd place, ahead of D1st, but how much longer? It always tends to rain at these mini championships. Well, Tristan will want to come into the pits to change that front wing. He's letting people go. Oh. Tristan and Willem in the pits. Willem shouldn't have tried that move. I know he wants to be brave and try it differently, but KLC messes up turn 1 and turn 2 badly there, as he allows Jonathan and Divo to get past. So he needs to make some adjustments on his braking there, does KLC, because he's just lost 2 places to Dave Fergs and Jonathan Cox. So Willem and Tristan come out of the pits on the soft compound tyres. I didn't even know it stopped raining. Yep, it has stopped raining, so who's going to be the first one to gamble out of the main runners? Willem's gone from a brand new set of intermediates, as Tristan's gone to a brand new set of softs. What's happened to KLC? He's dropped another position again. He's dropped 2 positions to his team, Stam and Lizard. So KLC getting a bit of spot of bother there, as Mono Apollo's on a brand new set of wet tyres, so that's a good strategy to do considering it's wet. Has KLC got a bit of full wind damage there? He's losing a lot of time, and he hasn't got any full wind damage. His original Civi's on the back of him, so KLC has his confidence dropped down the drain there. Doesn't even attempt to protect himself from original Civi. There he goes. Original Civi has overtaken KLC. Tristan, advice for you, mate. Just because it's stopped raining doesn't mean it's going to be dry. It's straight away. You got to stay out on those inches. But KLC's in the pit, so has he got any full wind damage or not? He shouldn't do. I doubt the curbs. Nah, he's going to go on the soft compound tyres. Does it really look like? No, it doesn't look like it, does it? It's not dry enough to go on the softs. Meanwhile, D-Ferg is still on the back of Jonathan. Still can't overtake him, still stuck behind him, but DRS will be enabled soon. KLC, look at that, who's that? That is 2Fan. Would he go down the inside? Come on, dude, let's see something. They go side by side, but that guy Draper is missing part of his full wing. Apologies about that, folks. So yeah, that guy Draper losing part of his full wing. There's 3 guys on the soft compound tyres, Young Stinson, When will he decide to pit? There's still there's a few puddles going on there. Who's that going off the track? Oh, we've got a spin between KLC and Willem. Willem again getting involved in another incident. Willem just needs to calm it down, mate. You've got to calm down. Might have a bit of... Oh, that's another spinner. That's two fans spun it at Lesmo 1. The first Lesmo. You need to find reverse gear, son. There you go. I know you can find it somewhere. Don't hit the wall. And off he goes again. So Toon Fan having a bit of problems as the guys stay out for another lap. But where is Jonathan Cox? D. Fergus has overtaken Jonathan Cox. And he goes up into second place too. Total P's on the back of Original Civi. So look at that. KLC is absolutely struggling there with his tyres. It was a bit too early to pit. I don't know why he pitted. He was going slow, but look at Lizard. He started down in last place. He finds himself battling for the podium between Jono and D-Fergs. Question is, will it dry up before the end of the race? Look at that, still a lot of puddles and it's a bit damp there. Track is greasy. I wonder, how bad are the puddles? You can still see them. We've got a few guys with the soft tyres, but they're losing time to their main competitors. Stinson comes into a Parabolica. Jonathan Cox stays with that slipstream effect in D-Fergs. As he comes into as all three of them comes into Parabolica. Stinson's in the pits then. I wonder if these three behind will follow him in. Which one of them does? No, it doesn't. Oh, that's Lizard. He comes into pits. So does Stam. Original Civi hits the back of him. Misjudged his braking. That guy Draper struggling to Ascari there. Oh, look at KLC. Still struggling on the soft compound tyres. So is Tristan too. Is it time for the sauce? Because it still does look a bit greasy. It's either a good call or a bad call for Stinson. As Lizard comes out behind the lap runner and Puppy's up into 4th place. And who's that lap car behind him? Who's gone off the track there? Who's that off the track? Monopono? Right, so D-Ferg is our race leader, 3/10 ahead of Stinson. Jonathan Cox, sorry. LH44 has got off the track, he overshoots turn 2. Look at them, all struggling on the soft compound tyres as KLC takes a rather interesting route into turn 2. So is it time for the softs or not? Because loads of people are still struggling out there. Lizard overtakes Puppy for 4th place. Tristan got disqualified. Tristan, what are you doing, mate? You just thrown away a potential race win. Tristan, my man's got disqualified. Come on, Tris. Oh, it's a double stack. Oh my god, Jonathan Cox is double stacking. He doesn't know that he has to share a pit box with D-Fergs. He's going to be absolutely frustrated with that one. And Jonathan Cox is going to lose vital track position and time. He doesn't know that D-Fergs shares a pit stop with him. That is very frustrating for Jonathan Cox there. I would be frustrated too. You don't even know who your teammate is, do you? So we know that Jonathan Cox is teammates with D-Fergs. You won't be happy with that one whatsoever. At his home GP, stands off the track there. So young Stinson is our race leader. 10.5 is the gap between the top two. LH44 is putting pressure on NUF1. He goes deep into turn 2. Can LH44 get a better exit than him? Now he goes side by side. No, he doesn't. Tucks in behind him. NUF1 stays ahead for the moment at least. That guy Draper rejoins in 12th place. Monopono's off the track there. Not really had a good time in the Italian GP. if I was in this race, I'll be beating Stinson by a mile. No, I'm kidding. Stinson in a league of his own there, 10.1. Who else is going to have a fight? KLC though, I feel sorry for this man. What happened to him when his intermediates? Did his inters die out? Definitely no from wind damage, but I think inters just hit the cliff, as they would say. We had to go on the soft tyres. Whatever setup he's running, those inters were dying out fast, I presume. That guy Draper too was also in the top 10. He's off the track too. Look at them, struggling their way through a scarring as Monopono finally comes to the pits. Stam has overtaken Jonathan Cox. Will Jono try and go down the inside? Nope, that was expected to happen. Not enough room through turn 3 and 4. Young Stinson having a good lead then at 9.9 seconds. The gap is going down just a bit though, but not too much. Jonathan Cox still 2/10 behind as Gambino has retired from the session. Not really what you want to do riding that curve there, especially at full speed. Jonathan Cox will have DRS. As we come into Parabolica, blue flags away for whatever reason. Is Monopono there with them? Nope. So Stam the man has to defend from Jono. Jono has the DRS. Not really easy like I thought it would be, but he will go down the inside. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Oh, a bit of a shove off the track there for Stam. Apologies about that one. I accidentally pressed the PS button. Yeah, so Jono then pushes Stam off the track as Total P's up into 4th place. Didn't even notice that, but well done Total P's for getting up to 4th place. KLC's in the pits, bless him. As he's retired. It's had a difficult race as KLC. Hope he comes back stronger in the next one. But I just dare say that his tyres just died out on the intermediates. We did see him struggle towards the end of that stint when it came to the dry conditions. Stinson then headed towards the line to start the last lap. Yellow flags are waved. And I think that's KLC's car going out of the pits there, which it is. Braking at the 100-meter board there, bring it down into the gears. First gear to get the extra rotation. On the throttle as soon as you straight up the car to get the traction. As we come into the Curb Grande, take the tightest line to minimise the distance. Go into the second chicane then. Very difficult one because if you get one wrong, you get both wrong. First chicane and the second one. Right over both curbs there. Getting a decent exit. Yellow flags through here for some reason. That is a car who's not really moving. I can see on the full map. Comes the first Lesmo. Now it's the second Lesmo. Breaking the 50-meter board. Now onto the short straight. As we head towards the sky, then break, get the 100-meter board, right over the curb, and this one too. But you don't want to ride too much over this curb because you will lose the back end. He's almost there. As Lazard's last chance to try and do anything about defects. Stinson comes towards Parabolica. And Stinson will win the Italian GP. Hello, how are you? I don't know, they were all in the party but they just left. How's it going? How's it going? I'm just commentating at the moment, what about you? How have you been today? You want to play Star Wars later, Nathan? Nathan, you want to play Star Wars later? Nathan, took you about 2 hours there. I don't know if I had my mic muted the whole time while commentating. Nathan, how are you? Hi, how are you? How are you doing? I put myself on mute the whole time. I don't know if they can. First, second and sixth did not get a penalty, Nathan. Italian GP. It was raining there, and quite a lot of people got penalties, except 3 in the top 5 or in the top 10. What, the 2020 beta, Nathan? Well, how's it? Oh, you dickhead. Crew 2? I thought that was already out. You played the beta instead of the actual game. Yeah, I'm commentator, about to meet you soon. Yeah, he joined the party late, so I can't, that's why I'm not muted him. Right, see you in a bit later, I'll talk after it, yeah? Do you know what? I forgot I was live streaming, sorry about that, folks. How are you? We're heading on to the Canadian GP then, so it's 25% race, no qualifying, and it's a difficult one to overtake. I wonder how. It says random grid, so yeah. Not custom, that means nobody will be starting where the host puts them. So Stinson finally getting what he wants, because in the last 2 races, yeah, did not score any points because he retired from. I think he scored in Brazil, but not in Austria. He definitely retired in Austria. To finally win the race because he got in loads of bother in that other 2 races of Brazil and Austria. I think it was Willem who won the Brazilian GP, if I'm correct. Willem not really having a good race in Italy, too aggressive and tried to go around the outside, and not a place you want to do it. I understand you want to overtake him as quick as possible, but at the same time you've got to think about it, about the long game. Because doing that, he lost 2 places and made contact with him because he was too impatient. $18 drivers then. GFO Seb has joined, so welcome Seb. Another Greek driver. We're about to wait. What are we waiting for? People readying up, so we're just gonna wait to the lobby. I don't know what we're waiting for. Hopefully we're ready up soon. Is there one more driver joining in? So good for my ends. I have no idea what we're waiting for. What are we waiting for? I don't know. Hopefully we'll get ready up soon. I'll go check the chat just to see anything's happening in there. Yep, we're readying up finally. Right then, we're here for the Canadian GP for round 4. Stinson won round 3. Who was going to win in round 4? Difficult to overtake, so whoever started first got opportunity for track position, which is key around here. I think it's a wall stop. Right, that's how the way we're going, and that's... Oh no, it's not. Apologies for that. So KLC's on pole then, ahead of Lizard. Lizard finally starting up in a high position. Instead of down in last place all the time, he's finally started where he wants to start in second place. Interestingly, they're going on different tyres. So top two are mediums, two fans gone for the softs. A guy Draper on the mediums, so is Seb, Original Civi and Stam on the softs, Jonathan on mediums, NUF1 on softs, Gabino on softs, Willem on the mediums, Puppy on the mediums, Tristan on the mediums, Stinson on the mediums for Total P's, and Monopono are gone for the softs. Interested to see who's going to win this one. Then Young Stinson started down in 14th place here in Canada. Difficult to overtake. He's on the medium, so he can go much longer in this race and hop on to the soft tyres. So the top two. So not many people on the soft tyres like Stinson would have wanted to. Especially the main rivals in Lazard and KLC and that guy Draper and Seb. John are there as well on the mediums. So it could be a difficult one for Stinson. Dominated that Italian GP, but this one it's going to be rather tricky for him to get through the pack in this early stage of the race. Let's make loads of positions at the start then. We'll find out what happens next in a few minutes time. As they make their way onto the grid. Who is that out of position there? Who is that? That is Young Stinson. Right then. Light side, away we go then. Who gets a better start off the line? Will it be KLC? Yes, it will be KLC. Look at that as he heads down into turn one. Oh, I can't Draper go down the inside. He makes contact. Oh, that's a bit messy through there. As they sort themselves out. Toonfan needs to give space because he puts Toonfan in the wall. That was Gambino, sorry. I think it was GFO Seb in third place. Puppy, who's that off into the runoff area? Oh, that's a mess down there. That's an absolute mess. The safety car has been deployed. I have no idea what to say about that one. And that's Willem again. Safety car is here to sort all the mess out. As KLC is our race leader ahead of Lizard. GFO Seb in third place ahead of Gambino. Stam in fifth ahead of Toonfan. I see, going to see a lot of people in the pits here. So, will anyone make a pit stop under the safety car? Looks like the Zadwell, second place and fourth place does. Second, third and fourth. Gambino gets a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Stam's in the pits, Toons in the pits. Nearly everybody, shall we say. Stints in the pits. Look at that. Nearly all of the grid. It's the pits here. Some of them we have to double stack because you don't know who shared a pit box or not in this multiplayer car. All of them into the pits here. Busy pit lane action going on. So, who else stayed out there? KLC stayed out. The top four stayed out. Tristan's in third place, gaining a load of positions. Puppy's in fourth. So, the top four have not pitted. Everybody except the top four have pitted. And fifth place and sixth place on a brand new set of soft tyres. Stinson won't be happy with that one whatsoever. Italian GP went his way, but it looks like the Canadian GP is even worse for him. They all follow the safety car then. 10-second time penalty for Gambino, and Toonfan gets a 5-second time penalty under the safety car conditions. So it's really interesting. That won't be removed because that's their fault for cutting the corners. If people say they want their penalties removed, but it's simple, don't cut the corners. Monopono's on the hard tyres. He's up to go on the hards head. Williams retired from the session, so 2 races in tonight's race has not gone well for him whatsoever. Safety car. Safety car is in this lap then, so KLC will lead the pack and control it. And his decision to whether to go or not, bunch them all up. You got destroyed yourself, Willem, unfortunately, but look at D-Fergs to go side by side, gets a bare exit coming out the final corner, he's going side by side, into turn 1 we go, D-Fergs is ahead, well they're not yet, so yes he is, he's ahead, into first place he goes. Oh, Seb's hit the back of his teammate, Lizard's going through with him, look at that, oh, right on top of each other as yellow flag sets for 1. That is Toonfan off the track. Right then, so Lizard in 5th ahead of GFO Seb, Cabino in 7th ahead of Stam, Total Piece on the back of Stam, coming into turn 7, they're very close to each other. So what happened to KLZ? Did he not get a better exit coming out of the final corner? GFO Seb all over the back of Lizard, his Greek fellowman, his countryman as well. That's unlucky, Will. Come back stronger. Look at Lizard going down the inside. Late braking from him. GFO Seb will follow him too. So both Greekmans are made their way up into 4th and 5th. Now I'm here doing commons for myself. It was a you lost your phone way and couldn't even change, so I crashed out because I was done. GFO Seb trying to go down the inside of his fellow countryman as Lizard gets a penalty for cutting corners. As they make their way into the final 2 corners, D-Ferg sets the fastest lap of the race. Toonfan's retired, so he's had enough. Where did he retire? In the pits he retired. Or did he? Was that him who retired, or was it Monopono? Oh, look at that going side by side. Puppy and who was that next to him? Stam. Total P's. He can't go down the inside because Stam has covered it off. Oh dear. Hits a Puppy up the backside there is Stam. Now he's going to go side by side with it, pushed onto the grass by Puppy. And Lizard has overtaken GFO Seb. Back up into 3rd place. Tristan has been demoted down into 5th. I think he got overtaken by both of them. As Total B gets squeezed on the grass there, he outbrakes himself and off he goes. He's not going to be happy with that one, is he? I look at the DRS train between what? 4th, 5th, 6th. Wait, sorry about that. 6th, 7th, 8th, and look at that. Will Stam go down the inside? He will go down the inside. Both make contact, gets sent to a spin, and in the wall he goes. And he rejoins down in 12th place. And then UF1 behind Young's Total P's. Puppy's just ahead of him. Puppy again gone deep into turn 2. Total P's all over the back of them both. NUF1 gets a time penalty. And GFO Steps still sticks it in with his teammate. Puppy compromises his exit and lines through turn 6 and 7. Not going to help him because Total P's is all over the back of him. Will take advantage at any moment now Oh, who's that? That is NUF1 trying to go down the inside, but Total P's trying to go down the inside of Puppy. Puppy's gone into the wall, allowing Youngsters to come through too, and he's overtaken both of them. Youngsters is now up into, oh my god, there's quite a few cars fighting for one position. Look at that, all over the place. Best over the day or crash. Jonathan Cox is there as well. Jonathan, look at that, 3 wide between those cars. Young Stinson backing off there. No, he doesn't want to get involved in an instant. Total P is finally overtaken Puppy. All stuck behind Puppy there. Puppy coming through the final 2 corners. As Puppy picks up a tyre penalty, Young Stinson's alongside him. And he's going to overtake him ahead of him up into turn 1. There they go. The original Civic almost at the back of him. Monopono, Gambino into the pits. GFO Seb has lost. Whoa, he's lost a lot of time to his fellow countrymen. What's happened to those two there? 1.9 is the gap between Monopono's retired in the pits. Sadly for him. Oh, Puppy's in the wall there. What happened there? Oh, we almost takes that LH44. Jonathan Cox has retired from the session, so I wonder if Puppy and Jonathan, I did see 2 cars there. Safety car is deployed again. Second safety car in 7 laps then. One from Puppy and Jonathan Cox, who will dive into the pits. Obviously KLC, because he's not made a pit stop yet. Neither has the guy who put defog, so good opportunity for them to pit right now onto the soft stake. Hard tyres, does that say? Yes it is. Am I seeing that right? Hard tyres he's got onto. KLC's on the soft, so he's going to lose a lot of time on those hards. I love his livery, by the way. So Lizard and GFO Seb will take first and second. So GFO 1-2, where's Young Stinson? Young Stinson's in the pits with Total P's. And look at that, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars in the pits. Second safety car then in 7 laps. Bit of action going on between midfield, going side by side, not sorted themselves out yet. Who's that in the pits? That's Defox again. Why is he in the pits? Unwise thing to do. He's on the soft compound tyres. I don't know why he's gone in the pits there. Interesting call, but he's just cost himself a load of track position, and he rejoined down in what? 10th place, just ahead of Puppy. Is the safety car going to come in this lap? I don't know. I think it is coming in this lap. I need to go back on the front there. Yes, it is coming in this lap for the second restart there of the second safety car. This time it's Lazard leading it. Off he goes then. GFO Seb follows along, and there is KLC still in third place. Seb picks up a time penalty for cutting the corners. Look at original Civic getting close to the wall as they're Wall of Champions. And UF1 has overtaken Puppy, puts him down into last place. And Total Peas is on the back of KLC then, fighting for third place. Young Stinson there is there as well. Let's not discount Stinson, we know he's got good pace. Finally got a chance to get back on the podium again after that contact he made at the first lap on turn 3 and 4. Now they're all fighting for third place. Total Peas on the back for KLC in third place. Lazard's got this one covered in first. Down's the hairpin then, down at turn 10. And onto the back straight we go. Then DRS is not enabled yet because of that safety car. Enabled in 2 laps time when they can make an overtake as we come down to the final 2 corners. Very difficult those final 2 corners because it's easy to cut the corner. You can't make too many adjustments into that corner with your steering. It's all one big flow. You can't be hesitating there either. You're going to be brave. You're going to pick your braking point, and you're going to flow. You're just going to like turn the car in, pick your braking point, and just don't hesitate. That's one of the most difficult parts of the track. There's loads of time penalties. Stinson picked up one as well. I was just on board with Stinson and did not see him cut the corner. Attempts to go down the inside of Total Peas, but thinks about it wisely not to go down there. We know it's Stinson. We come into the hairpin, and KLC is about to make a move on GFO Seb. GFO Seb swinging around the outside and stays ahead. Oh, big contact made there between KLC and Total Peas. Gets a thump up the back, and it's just gone to. Wow, look at that. Both faced each other. And yeah, KLC's race is ruined yet again. I don't know whose fault it is. Should Total Peas be patient and just back out of it? Meanwhile, Stinson's found himself on the podium and he's battling for GFO Seb. Podium was highly unlikely because look at that, gets a better exit coming out of turn 2. Podium was highly unlikely because he made contact to the lateral wall and lost his part of his wing. Total Peas have retired as well. And KLC not scoring any points again here tonight. That these 2 races have gone bad for him. Looked like he was on course for a podium, but these little things happened. So these 2, I really want to see these 2 fight for a long time. Now's the opportunity, but they're quite a distance between each other. 1.6 seconds and 6 laps to go. Yellow flags is set to 1, but down the inside goes LH44 into the hairpin. Who's that? That is Tristan. They're fighting for. My eyesight is very bad. Did he just get past? Yes, he did. Brandon Jackson's just overtaken LH44 without even me noticing. Now he's got Tristan ahead of him. My eyesight is terrible, so apologies if I get things wrong. Brandon Jackson, where's Tristan? Down in what? 6th place, scoring some decent points here tonight. And Tristan, under pressure from Brandon Jackson right behind him. I feel so bad for KLC. 5 laps to go then. Will young Stinson bring down the gap between the top 2? Will he put Lizard under pressure? Will GFO Seb fight back 2nd place? Look at that. Look how much he's dropped back between young Stinson in 1 lap. And look at Stinson, he's actually caught up quite a lot to Lazard, so putting both Greek drivers under pressure is Stinson. Finally getting the fight I really want to see. We didn't really see it in Bahrain in the actual event because he was on a different strategy towards Lizard. Both on different strategies completely. As they come down to the final 2 corners then. D-Ferg's going to overtake him. And he is... Oh! A bit of confusion there, but who's that in the pits? That is Original Civi in the pits. D-Fergs is up into 4th place. He gets a speeding ticket. A speeding penalty, sorry. For speeding in the pit lane. A 5-second time penalty. Changes his nose as well. And look at Stinson. Lizard is really struggling around here. I wasn't expecting this from Lizard whatsoever, struggling around here. I know he's got some decent pace, but it is Canada. And people tend to struggle around Canada a lot, especially me. And look at Stinson then side by side under the bridge. He can't really overtake around there, there's no room, it's too tight through there. As we come onto the hairpin then, Stinson will wait for the DRS, he's got 4 laps to overtake him. GFO Seb's dropped back a lot between the two. He's actually under pressure from D-Fergs behind him too, so Seb's losing a lot of pace. I don't know what's happened, but Stinson going side by side with Lazard, and he's overtaking him for 1st place. Stinson could be on course for winning both races. I bet he wasn't expecting this as D-Fergs goes down the inside of Seb. Oh, Seb pushes him in. Oh, Seb turned in. Well, he had to turn in, didn't he? Because if he didn't turn in, he won't make the corner, but good man Seb for letting D-Fergs through. I think he realises his own mistake. We know that D-Fergs came into the corner at a cute angle, and Seb was just coming into the corner like normally, but taking a wider line, trying to get a decent exit. NUF1 all over the back of Seb, and Stinson just 2-second gap already, so he should finish Lazard off, hasn't he? Just flying at the moment, on course for winning both races here for the Sprint Championship. NUF1 all over the back of Seb. As we come down into the hairpin then, NUF1 needs to get a decent exit to get ahead of Seb. Set himself up nicely and try and overtake him at turn 1 or the last corner. Seb's losing the... Look at Seb's ERS, he's powerless to defend down the straight. Needs to start saving that. I thought ERS would be saving. I thought saving ERS would be easier around here. As Seb's about to be overtaken, he's got to save ERS as Seb. As NUF1 has overtaken him for 4th place. Demotes him again. Seb being pushed down the order. He's lost 2 positions. And both Greek drivers have no answers. Lazard 3.1 seconds ahead behind, as young Stinson is just controlling the pace at the moment, like he always does. If I was racing here tonight, I think I'll give Stinson a good run for his money. I'd give it a shot, but I think Stinson would overall beat me because he's just got the pace, hasn't he? Stinson. He's quick, he's also Dutch. Heading on to lap 7 then. We're going board with Chester because he's what? 7/10 behind LH44. In fact, he's just made a mess of that exit to the final corner, hasn't he? And he's dropped back to LH44 quite a lot. Looks like Lazard is struggling there, and he's just almost losing the course with turn 3 and 4. Stinson's also got control. This is a wheel track, and yeah, people with controller just struggle here a lot. I know Stinson's on controller, but I'm not consistent around this track. I can only do the 1 lap pace, but if it comes to consistency, I haven't got that. It's really hard for me, Canada, not to get a penalty. Difficult for anybody not to get a penalty. Original Civi on the back of Puppy. Making too many adjustments to his steering, this Puppy. That's why he's losing a lot of time to Original Civi behind. This is the last lap for Stinson then. Original Civi, can he get past Puppy for 8th place? We've got a lot of retirements, haven't we? 9th, 10th, 11th, downwards. But 11 retirements down. The Defergs has a 3-second time penalty. Can't do it on this occasion. Original Civi needs to have a decent exit going out the final corners. Sliding a bit on the last corner. His last chance to do anything about it. LH44 is on the back of Seb. Seb spun. I've said this a lot of times. Seb makes too many mistakes, man. He's got a puncher. Seb has actually got a puncher. How long has he been on those tyres? 16 laps. That explains why he's been struggling. Oh, poor Seb. Poor Seb. Seb has got a puncher. I feel so bad for the man. Oh, look at that. He can't control the car, can he? Stinson comes across the line to finish in 1st place. Lizard comes across the line to finish in 2nd. I'm surprised he's not got a puncher either. Defergs in 3rd. NUF1 in 4th. And we've got LH44 to finish in 5th place. Tristan will finish in 6th. Well, he actually finishes in 5th because of penalties for LH44. Original Civi's got past Puppy. He comes home to finish in 7th place. Puppy in 8th, and yeah, feel so bad for Seb. GFO Seb. That explains why he's dropping off the pace then, because of his older tyres. His tyres came to an end. Having a puncher on the last lap has cost him a lot, down in 9th place. He limps his way across the line to finish in 9th place. That is it for round 3 and 4 then of the championship. That is it tonight, and see you all later then.